but if you want to just order by weight this week, I'm happy to put it together however you guys want it. The uncomfortable but undeniable reality of being a meat eater is that you're going to have to kill the animal at some point. And why we work with whole animals and why that's very important to our mission is that we have an obligation to try to at least not waste if we're going to ask that animal to give its life for our culinary enjoyment. That really gets to the heart of why we work with meat and not with vegetables. We see our mission as being representatives of the farmer and the animal. We try to set high enough standards for ourselves that we try to then find farmers that feel the same way, that really want to raise a superior animal. We work with farmers that use non-GMO feed, farmers that use pastured animals, certainly not in enclosed areas. And then we like a Berkshire dominant heritage.
There's two schools of thought on butchering. We are probably a hybrid of the two. One of them is called European seam butchery, and it focuses on whole muscle groups and natural breaks in the meat that you wouldn't necessarily need a saw to cut through. And the other is the USDA model of butchery, which is basically a chop shop. Everything goes through a saw, much less skill involved, much less whole muscle stuff. One major difference between us and a lot of the other small plants or custom processing places is that we're chef driven and we pay a lot of attention to our recipes. So to us, sausage isn't something that you do with the leftovers and you dump 50 pounds of leftovers into a bin and a package of spice seasoning and call it sausage. We pay a lot of attention to that kind of the cultural importance of recipes and really just the quality of what we're doing. And that pasta wasn't super stable for us.
Chef Benjamin Thompson is our head chef, our founder. He was a Navy man. He was ship's cook on a fast attack submarine for 5 years. He would credit that, I think, for his some of his sort of cooking under pressure and maybe some ingenuity. We got him from Thomas Keller's flagship restaurant, the French Laundry in Napa Valley. So his background is clearly in some of America's premier high-end dining restaurants. And trying to connect the finesse of that top-tier dining with the culture of traditional American food is a lot of what informs our ideology here at the Rock Barn.
This is a fiocco. A solid muscle cured piece of meat for product development or research.
We work with 41 restaurants in the greater Charlottesville area. We also work through farmers markets, and then the bulk of our retail program is done through our pork share drops, which is a monthly program where people can sign up to pick up their 10-pound bag of pork at different locations month to month.
And so it starts here, and it just starts with one thing, May, we got to do something, where do we start? And so as long as we have a starting point for inspiration, sometimes it'll start by us saying, hey, we think, Tommy over at Orzo is really talented with low cost, difficult to cut, or high degree of difficulty cuts of meat. And so we'll throw him one that's maybe challenged us, like pork knuckle. So this becomes a landing spot for brainstorm. And as we progress, everybody can write on any one of these things, and it gets more and more refined until we get to our final product here.
Each pork share is designed to represent the 4 primals of the animal: the loin, the belly, the shoulder, and the leg. And our role as butchers is to offer as much variety and as many different presentations as possible. So it allows us to do fresh sausages, smoked sausages, other smoked meats, or fresh cuts, while still staying true to that whole hog idea.